the endless psyops with the psychotronics. I fall into them as well. Like, I go back and forth, is it this, is it that, and what's the right way to sort of deal with the whole situation. And I think it's really just as simple as whatever gets evil torturing you the most is probably the right thing. And that seems to be just speaking the truth about it, speaking out about it, like going to public events and protesting publicly, like on the streets and stuff. You know, rather than trying to like unmanifest it all, or trying to, sorry ducky, trying to like do some sort of mental or spiritual gymnastics, I suppose, to like change the situation. No, I think the solution was simply just calling it out in the 3D world. I mean, sure, if you're getting targeted and then you like go through that whole spiritual route and trying to like pray or manifest it away, it might stop or get less, because you're not doing anything in the 3D world that's threatening, you know, the real people with the real technology that are doing the mind control and torturing. I used to think, oh, the answer's just to speak out and, you know, get probably tortured to death as a result. That's pretty. Yeah. I used to think that was the way, and then, you know, you'd literally get Jesused, like, to death, after being, you know, having the mild Jesus treatment. Well, not really mild, but you know what I mean. They're not like literally outright killing you. But then I realised, and I started to look into all that reincarnation stuff and the fake belief systems and the fake entities and that, it was just, it might be for all for nothing. And it's like, damn, if you're going to get persecuted to death for like speaking out against certain stuff, you better at least get a reward. Yeah, I think that's fair enough to at least expect something for all that torment. But yeah, I have my doubts. So I don't know, I still think the answer to like all these problems are just literal protests in the real world, like every day, ongoing, certain amount of people, but it never seems to, you know, you never get the numbers for whatever reason. They're all NPCs, who the hell knows? I think there's a lot of people out there that actually do have an independent mind, and if they were being targeted daily, then they would probably start looking into it and care more. But because they're not, they just, it doesn't really sink in, it doesn't really bite into their minds hard enough that they have to take action or do anything. You know, when I make these videos, I kind of like lose motivation all the halfway through, and I'm like, I'm not really saying anything, so may as well not even post it. I don't know if that's like mind control, like influencing that, but influencing those sort of thoughts. But yeah, I like that channel, Look Out for Charlie, because even though some of the repetitive like noise analysis things get a little bit annoying, I like how he's just sticking to the scientific 3D world rather than getting all spiritual and then just resorting to prayer or to like manifestation to try to deal with it, because I think almost everyone's just falling for that psyop. You know, and in the meantime, does anything really change? No. Just watching a family having a good time, it kind of makes me feel like a fucking misery Grinch. But, you know, think about what sort of future that kid has. Are they going to have any, you know, good future given this, like, crazy frequency gulag we're living in? Well, hopefully I'm wrong and they manage to manifest a different world, but I don't know. My spirit or whatever tells me that it was simply just an info war and a war to be had on the 3D, and anything else is just overthinking it, falling into some variety of psyop. This goose here has been on a rampage for about a week. I don't know if that's the Jose Delgado frequency, it's like messing with his brain or not. Maybe he does have a mate on... Oh no, there she is actually. He does have a mate on the island, so that's probably what it is. Sorry goose, you're probably just being naturally aggressive. I'll leave you to it. So that was probably just me projecting the targeted individual diseased frequency messed up mind onto the goose. You can see why those psychotronic weapons are like the dream WMD basically for take it easy goose, for controlling everyone, because they can just deny it all, you know. They can manipulate everyone like physically with, you know, manipulating the frequencies in their brain. They can deny and gaslight till the cows come home and all the rest of it, eh? Like all the other implications. They can sicken people, like precisely attack certain people. Messed up. And then you see all the gormless, well not gormless, they know what they're doing, just the mainstream media and talking about WMDs, and then, you know, all the, how it's all Putin and blah blah blah, and then like all the gormless NPCs are like talking about how terrible it is, there's torture in Ukraine, and, you know, never mind the torture just going on in the Western world every day for some people. That's the thing, if targeted individuals. Well, some of them actually do have physical burns from the technology, but I was going to say if they all had like cuts and holes and like melted flesh and all this stuff, they would at least get a bit of acknowledgement, a bit of empathy or sympathy or whatever. They'd be like, whoa, what happened to you? You got fucked. Because they'd have visible wounds. Arms and legs blown off and shit. But with these psychotronics, they can like basically waterboard people with frequencies, you know, do awful things to people. And then it's all just, you know, denied. Oh, they got whatever illness from, you know, a natural occurring thing. It's just, we can't figure out what happened. I'm pretty lucky in a way that they don't bother doing much to me anymore. But, you know, I feel fucked. Don't get me wrong, like my health's fucking wrecked, but at least I'm not getting anything extreme anymore. But I know a couple of you that listen to this, to my tiny little channel are, and you know, there's a lot of others out there getting absolutely fucked by this stuff. Doesn't matter what they do, praying. You know, there's one guy's trying to like law of attraction, some justice, which I thought was kind of satirical almost. He's like, what's he doing? He's having like trying to have group manifestation sessions where everyone prays that the politicians will suddenly become moral. It's kind of darkly hilarious in a way. Let's try to manifest some good politicians into the world. Fuck me, that's going to require a pretty big prayer session, isn't it? I don't know. Literally can't remember what I even started the video about. Good old adventures into NWO dementia, eh? And then, like, when I made this, I feel like a creep because it's like too miserable. You know, it's not inspiring anyone, but it's just an honest reflection of portrayal of where I'm at. You know, if any of you guys feel like making videos and it's just miserable, rambly shit, like, go for it, eh? I won't think any lesser of you. I'll give you a thumbs up, because I think we need honesty in this world, even if it is horrendous shit. Like, people just need to know what each other are going through. Maybe if that like synthetic telepathy thing is happening and like a single hive consciousness happened, maybe there is some sort of good silver lining to that everyone's like forced to feel each other's shit, forced to feel each other's pain. That's the one of the most unfair things of this world, is that the narc, they really do seem to not feel any pain. Like people say, oh, they're hiding it and all this kind of stuff. The ones I live with, they look fine. Especially one of them, the covert, absolutely looks like she's having a ball, having a great time. She was even like, saying, "Oh, what? You don't want to come back here?" I was like, "No, I never want to be reincarnated. Not into here anyway." She's like, "Oh, I love it here. It's great." It's like, "Yeah, I can tell." I suppose if you are like feasting off the misery of others, and the thrill of victory is like, who was it? Orwell calls it. Like it's great. There must be really great energy here now. Like all this suffering energy. Oh, it's like, the time of their lives. Hoovering up all that pain. Oh, it must be lovely. Explains why, like, the ancient narc that I live with, she just gets stronger and stronger. You know? Anyways, I'll stop ranting and feed these little ducks that are waiting patiently. I don't even know if I said anything that made any sense there. Probably not. Can't even get a damn brain scan for what the shit we go through. Keep getting cock blocked by my doctor on most things. So people say get another doctor, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll make any difference. A lot of hoops to jump through, and yeah. That's one of the shitty parts of being a TI. You just get like denied medical treatment. I've heard quite a few people say that their doctors just inexplicably like won't help with won't refer basic tests and things. Maybe they are just simply mind hacked temporarily. There's a fair bit of circumstantial evidence for that people are just simply getting temporarily possessed, like temporarily mind hacked to like glitch out and street theatre people and stuff. So I mean, I suppose it would make sense that would happen with the doctor. Anyways, just ranting more nonsense as usual. Not really ranting, to be fair. Speaking pretty calmly, but probably not making like perfect sense.